Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to Philadelphia Milan.
This Walsh.
We're just vibing out here.
Yeah.
You're fresh off Wildcard. You're fresh off the boat.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am the former, yes, wildcarded.
Yeah, you know, team's fresh. Yeah,
team's doing the things. I guess I'll just go through my team for people that don't, pay that. Thank God, I hope most of the people don't pay attention this closely. But I went 5 at the back. I went with triple Chelsea defense, Diaz, Stones, and Trent as my, 6 people back there. Basically, Chelsea defense been looking insanely good. So I felt like, what do I know right now? I know that Tuchel has them organized and that they're keeping clean. So going whole hog there and, getting the 3 guys felt like a pretty good call. Rudiger didn't play today, obviously. Good job by me getting one guy that doesn't play, but, they cleaned and that was a good thing. Obviously getting Mendy over Emmy is a punt and objectively dumb and bad thing to do, but I'm doing dumb things all the time, so I figured why not add one more to the list.
That Emmy save that got pulled was, I think, took him off max bones and save points, so he would have been on 10. So it's a lot better this way for you.
Well, the other thing, too, I'm going to just have to say this out loud as a non-Emmy owner. Over 2 XG for the Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Wanderers from Wolverhampton, pretty mental that clean was. The Saiz thing, that was ridiculous that the clean was held there. So
the most insane this was the kind ever.
It was just pure luck. Pure luck. And
it's over 2 XG, but 1.89 of it is Cody and Saiz, which is also
2 sitters.
Insane.
It wasn't like an accumulation of 0.1s and 0.2s. It was 2 insane chances. So,
but anyway, keep going.
I was part of the reasoning why I went there was because I just I've been talking about it for a long time, but Villa just fading and they look bad and they probably a 1-1 would have been fair, but the clean sheet was ridiculous. But either way. Chelsea, as we saw today too, dominated Everton and it wasn't really a competitive game. So I like that. I like where I went there. Trent being rested for the first game since he got healthy about 3 months ago was very part and parcel for a wild card.
And Rudiger missing, or maybe he missed one other game.
He missed one before. He did miss one game. With Zuma played one game for him a little bit ago, 4 or 5 games ago, I think.
So, and then 10 straight starts, and then
it's all fun. And then in midfield, I went with Kevin, Mo, and Son, and then I went with Kane and Antonio up top. Mo, I still was feeling fine about going with him, and he played up top, which is something that he hadn't done much. So whatever, he blanked. Obviously, and Liverpool are a fucking mess right now. But Kane and Son look good, and Kevin had a lot of key passes. Unfortunately, didn't get any points. He could have had an assist or 2 if things broke differently. And Antonio was dog today, but and I have Rafinha shielding on the bench, so he's coming in for Rudiger, and very unfortunate to blank today with him. He could have had a goal and or an assist. He was in and around it as usually is. So, the plan was, as I've been talking about, that the way I've been seeing the games, there's just not a lot of goals, not a lot of consistency in the goal scorers in the game, and wanting to put as many defenders out there as possible, seemed like a good thing, and trying to pick players that are on teams that have things to play for, predominantly with Chelsea. City, I guess, are not too many games left to play for when they wrap it up. But, Liverpool, they're still on the outside looking into Champions League, Spurs, West Ham. So, I did those things, and we'll see how it goes. But overall, I feel okay. I have Captain Kevin, Diaz and Stones going on Wednesday, so we'll see. I'm on a green with them to go. Hopefully, like one of them plays, maybe 2, and I'll be still on a green. And I like my team, so I feel like it was a good wild card. So that's me.
Yeah, I like the wild card, and like you said, being on like a greenish, grayish arrow with your captain left and 2 center backs, hopefully 2 play, then it's pretty good.
Yeah. How about you? What did you look at this week?
I took a hit. I did Antonio and Lingard in for DCL and Saka. I came out exactly even on that 4 points difference and, at the -4, so whatever. 46 points, hit down to 42, so a little 100K or so red as of now. I still have the triple City D, but I only expect like one of them to probably play. Like Cancelo was the worst player on the pitch. He probably won't play, and I imagine Laporte will come in for one of the center backs.
Yeah, Laporte seems like what I'm expecting.
Yeah, anyway. So I don't know. I still could get like fucking destroyed if like Gundo or Kev get points or something. Then I'm just like,
well, Gundo's the big one to dodge.
Gundo's the big one, yeah, but it would hurt. I captained Antonio. That was a disaster. He basically didn't play today. He played a reverse out of position. I managed to somehow captain Bruno last week with 0 shots. Antonio this week with 0 shots. I don't know. I was between Antonio and Kane. Like, Palace suck, but like they've been kind of tight. They just had the 0-0 with United. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Spurs. I also didn't expect him to go with like 4 attackers again and Bale.
I was also very surprised, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that would hurt a lot. He obviously did play and was a big part in Kane hauling, so I fucked that up. But
okay, at least we had
and I benched Bruno, 10-pointer,
Yeah.
Back-to-back weeks he had no shots in open play, but don't need open play for Bruno, so that sucks. If I played him instead of Bamford, which didn't really consider ever doing.
You shouldn't have.
Wouldn't have been, it would have been good, but yeah. Let me just do the mug winners for February since we didn't get to do that on the last pod. Adam Bradshaw, aka Buffon United in first, and second Luke Friesian, aka Judas Priest, and in third Ben Link, aka Ling's Looney Lumps. I'm not going to do the rest of the leagues since everyone has the City guys left to play this week on Wednesday. Is that Wednesday?
Yeah,
Wednesday. Yeah, so
we have the early league game into the noon Champions League 2 hours later.
Gorgeous.
Wednesday.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Yep.
All right, bro. So where shall we begin?
I think we should start with just the Bruno, like the process of where we were and then what happened and then how to like kind of react or whatever it feels like appropriate.
What? What did you just say?
Because we were big on benching him or not, whatever, just like selling, whatever, like, and he comes in with a 10. I mean, do you feel like, are you upset that you benched him? Like,
not at all.
So, because this is the thing, everyone's like, oh my God, never bench Bruno again, LOL, smiley face, but also the sad face or whatever things.
If there was a player in the league who got 0 shots in open play in back-to-back games, but they were on pens, I would never pick that player and I would never start that player. So
yeah, that's like when Click was on pens. Like, do you want
Milivojevic? Like, I never had him.
You don't want them.
It's a bad pick. Yeah, I mean, he's capable. It's funny how everyone's like, "Oh my God, I should have gone Bruno. Like, should have got rid of Mo instead of
Mo." Yeah.
Well, fucking Mo could have gotten a random ass pen, also.
Yeah.
Took Gab Jesus tracking back and taking out Martial. It's not like it was like a fucking freak pen. And then Mo gets 10 points and Bruno finishes in 0 shots. I don't know. One thing they brought up on double pivot that I hadn't really thought of, but they're getting run into the fucking ground. Guys like Bruno, guys like Mo. Bruno's played 3,200 minutes already.
Yeah, and there's still
he's played 41 matches.
Yeah, there's still over 1,000 minutes on the table for him.
Yeah, I mean, the most he's ever played in a season was 4 years ago. He played 3,900 minutes, and there's a lot of months left still of games.
Yeah, but not only that, but also short off season plus played every minute of all of the post restart games last year. So he's on a really, really long run of playing every minute of every game.
And he's looked really bad. Bad.
He was actually ineffectual, invisible against Man City. Didn't do anything, didn't create a chance.
And Palace,
didn't
and Chelsea, and West Brom.
He's been bad.
It goes hand in hand with Manchester United string of draws. That's not a coincidence. He is basically their entire attack, and he's world class and should be part of their entire attack. But yeah, he's been kind of rough lately, and that's why we benched him, because he's playing against the best defense in the world.
Yeah, and it was exactly as we expected the game to bore out. I mean, the Manchester United did not do much of anything at all. They had the pen and then they had the counter, the Shaw goal. But generally speaking, I mean, this was exactly the same game that they've played against the top 6 sides all season long. It was an exact carbon copy. It was just a couple of moments of good fortune rather than, what should have happened, which was probably a 1-0 City or something like that. And
I mean, I thought they played overall well. Like they executed the
for
game
what they
plan
wanted to, for killing a game and parking
killing
a
the
bus
game,
and not
pressing,
attacking,
disrupting City. Good.
Yeah.
But like scoring wise,
they didn't do fucking anything.
Best chance of the game was like a McTominay weird slide tackle that went past the defender to Tony or something. Tony was kind of good. That's a thing of note, I guess.
Yeah, that was
his first good game of the season. Yeah.
It was his brother or something. But I think it still comes back to just, with me with United, the same thing is that I have no faith in Ole, and they are out of idea. They look like they have no ideas when I watch them, and I haven't seen them put in a good performance in months. And I don't feel like I don't have faith that he's going to all of a sudden, they're going to start looking good again. I feel like they're going to just continue to try and eke out slog fest, most mundane, shitty ass games for the rest of the season to try and just maintain second or third place. Yeah, and I just don't have faith that they're gonna, all of a sudden look good or play better.
Yeah, I go back to the minutes thing because it's really the best, the best and most logical reason I've heard to them just slowing down to how they've been playing for the last month or so, which is really bad attacking wise. Except for the Southampton freak game, which now everyone realizes was a complete freak game. Is I mean, they're really thin attacking, They have Bruno, who's asked to do everything. Rashford, who starts every fucking game imaginable. Then they have a Greenwood, Tony, Dan James, Cavani, who all kind of don't stay fit and are all really inconsistent or old in Cavani's case or young in Greenwood's case, and etc. And I don't know.
There's no cohesion.
The attack is just
no Paul. I mean, without Paul, that's
Paul.
That's a big deal.
Paul's that's
a really big deal because Paul he's the magic out of the bag more than Bruno to me even because, okay, Bruno plays the risky passes, but he just fucking donks balls over he just does dumbass fucking shit that's usually intercepted, but sometimes works 10% of the time. But Paul
I was just going to say, Anka described Bruno as Kevin before he met Pep. Just all the skill, do everything all the time, but no organization and structure.
Yeah.
He's just a wild maniac.
Maniac, like a Tasmanian devil kind of way.
He's so good, but
I'm just so out on United. I'm so tired of watching their shitty performances every game, and I'm tired of having Bruno and having to covert root for him because I have him, and I'm just ready to be buried by him. Honestly, it's really where it comes down to.
Because
in the league,
in the top 4 race, it's really just Spurs, West Ham, Chelsea.
Yeah,
I mean City, obviously.
But I'd rather this is where it comes back to the manager to me and Everton even I feel when it gets into this kind of stage of the season, the manager makes such a huge difference about how the team's going to perform, how they're set up, and how he's managing the squad and shit. And there's literally nothing that has ever happened in Manchester United under Ole for me to watch them play like this for 6-7 games. And looking at the personnel and think he's going to figure it out and they're going to start playing better and scoring and creating chances. They haven't been creating chances since fucking Halloween.
Yeah, they haven't been consistent for a very long time.
Yeah, since post restart, they were post restart. Greenwood was scoring every shot, every goal. Every shot he took was a goal, and they were just flying. And Tony was playing well,
and they looked incredible.
Everyone was just fucking interchanging.
The
and doing
eye
all
test
things.
looked amazing.
Yeah, and the stats were backed it up and everything, and that hasn't been there. So. I mean, you get Bruno kind of almost as an FPL coverage hedge thing, but I still really think if you're trying to find the clever thing to do, that's definitely high risk because he's owned by a lot of players. They FPL managers, and they get a pen, and then he has a huge game, and with that alone. But you can't have been watching Manchester United play for the last month and say this if there are no names on the shirt, be this player's going to be good for FPL. He looks awful. He looks worse than Lookman.
Who do you like? Are you in on Obbs? Are you in on Bale? Are you just going cheaper guys.
Yeah, I mean, cheaper guys, like, put it in defense. Like, yeah, Kane, Son.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can get creative and inventive. Like, just because you aren't spending your whole budget doesn't mean that, you know, that's an issue necessarily.
Yeah.
And
You know, I was thinking about Bale also. The fact that Europa League is back, that might be like a undercover gift for us. Like, if he just doesn't play Europa minutes, I'm gonna be like, he's probably gonna play in the league. Like, it's pretty telling.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the thing with Bale is, even though he's only playing 65 minutes a game, 70 minutes a game, he looks nuts.
He looks like Bale.
You know? Yeah, he looks like Bale. Exactly. He looks
Yeah.
like Bale, not the shadow of Bale.
We haven't seen Bale in so many years.
Yeah, like he's doing the things on his left foot. He's putting in really good balls. He's creating chances. He's making the late runs in the box to get
beating people on the dribble.
Yeah, he's beating people. He's just doing everything, and he looks really good. So, I mean, if you're sitting here and you're watching, it's like, if there's anything this season's taught us is buy last week's points. And
I know.
Like
Seriously,
Mo,
right?
like Bruno, like these players look really bad and have looked bad for a little while, and the teams aren't functioning. I mean, I really don't mind it after watching Bale. I mean, it's just another cherry in his onion, you know? Hey.
What? What did you just say to me?
I got mixed up.
Yeah, the minutes thing, it's like, it's probably the type of thing that we won't be able to quantify this year, but maybe like 2 years from now, when someone does like a study on the COVID season into Euros and all that shit, everyone's just gonna be like, why did they do that to all the players? You know, like, why is it fucking March and Mo has 3,100 minutes already and 38 matches already? And it's just like, fuck me, dude. That's a lot of action, you know, with Champions League and fucking the league left. It's like, fuck.
Perhaps it's too much action.
It is, yeah. And then you see City, right, who are walking the league, and obviously City and Chelsea, Chelsea look fucking great. We should talk about Chelsea. Like, they're the two most expensive rosters, the two highest wage bill. Actually, United, I think, is the highest wage bill, but that's like poor construction. Yeah, but like the wage bills and depth of Chelsea and City are just insane, and they can just rotate. Like Chelsea's bench today were just all like nailed on starters, really good players, except like Kepa. And City just rotate every single week and don't miss a beat, you know? Whereas like...
City also haven't suffered any injuries this season somehow.
That's true. But like United, we just talked about how their attack is like deceptively thin, even though they have a really expensive squad. And Liverpool's obviously fucking been thin for like 3 straight years in attack, let alone the injuries and all that shit. And yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with City, though. Like I'm looking at City's FPL page. They have no flags on their literal entire team. Like, even
part
guys
of
that you don't even think about
is the rotation too.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the point. Is that you know, when you're able to do that, then it keeps players fresher. So yeah, City and Chelsea, definitely.
Money is really good.
Yeah, money's good.
That the 538 thing that I was referencing last pod for like who predicts it, like a big factor in their algorithm is just the wage bill of the team, because it's a really good predictor of how the teams play. Yeah, it's good. Money's good.
Yeah, but I mean, I think broader speak, I definitely don't like Aubs. I still feel like that's a big, like too big of a risk, and
I just don't like any Arsenal
to fail. Yeah, it's just too ropey with how much they're putting in Europe and who's going to play. I just don't know. But
I guess along with the Bale thing, we shouldn't be making. We know COVID season, you don't make early transfers, but like we'll see their Europa team. We'll know on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll know.
If Auba started and played 90, stay the fuck away. If Laka, Pepe, Willian, Saka start and Aub's
which we know won't happen.
Yeah, I know.
Which we know won't happen.
Then Aub's, sure, you can pick him, I guess, you know.
Like, that's why I feel like I would be, like, most surprising thing of the season if Bale starts, I think. Like, that, if he thinks he can run him out there for 3 games in a row in a week, like that would be insane.
He said some weird quote about him, like he's gotten over his psychological scars or something like that. I was like, okay,
who knows what that means? But no, like you're saying, if Bale starts, then you're obviously pretty sure that he's not going to start against Arsenal. But if he doesn't start, then that looks like such a good option there. But
it's a really hard decision for Mu, to be fair. Like to go for Europa or to go for top 4 in terms of like Bale starting in Europa versus Bale starting against Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to decide. I think that's why he has the benefit in Europa of a two-legged competition where
that's true.
He can do the thing where like the Moo thing of play fucking and Doms and Hoj and Sissoko and try and kill a game and nick one on the counter and then come home and then put the guys out and try and get one or two before halftime. He knows how to do that, and I think that he'll be good to be able to fight on both fronts. So
it's interesting. Son or Gareth. I mean.
It's tough because Son
plays.
I mean, Son plays and has the minutes, but at the same time, like you're watching the games, and Bale gets into positions that Son like doesn't really anymore. Like Son's playing a lot more like kind of
a winger,
edge of the box, more a winger, edge of the box creator, and Bale's like coming into the box as a recipient for sitters.
Yeah, tapping.
Son still has missed like a couple chances. Like he could have one or two goals over the last two games, and no one would be surprised.
That header, shit.
So he's getting there too. But I mean, you look at Son, dude. He has one goal since game week 18.
It's crazy.
One goal, and he's played every minute.
Saying
so fucking
in 18, he's going to score one goal in the next like 10 games or something.
It's insane. The Baron run is insane for a player like him, and he's barely like keeping his head above water because he's just getting like a little tick here or there, an assist here or there. But I mean, his points per game has been pretty disappointing for his price over the last couple months. But he still looks good to me.
And playing is not still just much, it's like boring to say because it's like so idiotic.
That's why Rashford is good.
You have to be on the pitch to get points. Bottom line, like even though you want Bale and the sexiness, it's I don't know. But again, though, like I'm gonna just keep bringing this home because I do think it's a good point. We've brought it up before, and Son's already at 2,800 minutes on the season. Most he's ever played in a season is 3,300 minutes, and there's still a lot of season left.
Yeah, he's going to eclipse that for sure.
Maybe he's just fucking dead.
And Son has Euros this summer.
What?
Hey, I'm seeing if you're paying attention.
I'm paying so much attention, dude.
Oh my god!
But Chelsea are good. Chelsea look fucking good. What's so funny?
Yeah. I'm just like, where would Son play on Euros if he transferred from, or if he got expat from SK to a European?
He's probably
would he be like on like Liechtenstein or something?
At least German and English from his stint in Germany. So maybe that'll help his case there.
Yeah, but that's not fun. He would go to Wales with Garrett with Bat if he would recruit him.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Kane would have him at England.
Yeah, fucking Southgate would bench him every game.
Well, Rashford's got to play somewhere. But
he would actually pick Rashford over Son.
100%. But
what else do we have today?
Chelsea are fucking good.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
good players, good manager, good team.
It took very short amount of time for a top manager to come in and just be like, they're the second best team in the league.
It took 0 games.
Well, I mean,
literally first game.
But they have gotten better. Like when they first started, they were defensive possession team, but created nothing in attack. And then today they completely dismantled Everton in a way that they haven't done yet until today.
Yeah, that's fair.
So while rotating, no Mount, no Cho, no Chilwell, no problem.
Tuchel's serious. He's a serious manager. It's really enjoyable to have watched his team's performances, personnel choices and tactics since he got here for me. It's been cool. 7 games and it's just been mystifying of how he's it's just pragmatism, right? Where he gets there, you can see a lot of the elements where he's trying to find the system. He's pretty much been 3 at the back the whole time. He's I'm going to do this thing. I don't know which players are going to play where, or I'm going to try different players in and out of different combinations to see what I like. To the point where also he's managing the squad where he fucking starts Kepa got a game in the league.
Why not?
Fucking plays Kepa.
Yeah, why not?
No, but the ability for him, he's saying to everyone Pulisic, I know how good he is. Ha ha ha. He's the best thing ever. LOL. He's on the bench every single game.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to leave this as my
He
break class
started
option.
basically everyone except Pulisic at this point.
He's had one start so far, Pulisic.
Yeah.
But he's managing the squad like this, even like the psyches of the players. I
Billy
feel like
Gilmore
he's like
must
doing.
be fuming right now. He's not gotten a match yet.
Oh my god! Yeah, Billy Gilmore's he's simple jacking somewhere. I don't know what he's up to. Fucking Gallagher's with him. Like, yeah, I know, mate. That's why I'm at West Brom. You should come too.
But yeah, Kai gets to start today. Timo back wide.
Yeah, and Kai was just ran the game, man of the match performance
he was so good,
today.
Yeah, so good.
He's just getting a song out of anyone whenever he wants, and he's out managing every single game he's played. Every manager. I mean, he got Klopp, he had Ralph, he had fucking Moo, he had Deitch, the Ginger Moo. He's doing everything. It's really impressive, and it's also just like that much more scary about what they're going to be like next year when they don't.
They're going to be title challengers.
Yeah, they don't
sure.
spot the league 20 games with a fucking absolute moron running the team.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I mean, they're so organized, and it's so hard to break them down. They don't even really let up shots on target. I mean, it's like City, honestly. The defense is like City-esque. They control the game in different ways, but they're so dominant. It's nuts how good Chelsea are. It's really impressive. Tuchel's.
The thing that isn't good fantasy-wise is like no one's nailed. Like forward attackers, there's just no one.
No. Yeah.
So, Cardi was asking Werner or Mount or neither. I think it's neither. Like, I
still think Mount for his price is a decent pick. I mean, you know he's got an eye on Madrid.
He'll start the large majority of games, I think.
Yeah.
I
mean, and at his price, again, it's a big difference when it's someone's 7 versus 9+. And, Mount ticks in like a goal here and there every couple or every other. He's fine, but you're not in love. You're not in love with that pick, and he's certainly not like an explosive player because they don't explode; they just control. Yeah.
So that's Chelsea there. So I mean, Aspill's the most nailed of anyone, obviously by far. With
it was
the
so
Rudiger
funny, dude. I
benching
was watching today. I was like just watching the game, and I was like, he didn't really do anything. Aspill, I don't know what the fuck. He was just playing his position. Yeah. And I was just like, he's probably going to be doing really well on bonus. And I check. I'm like, yep, max bonus. That's like this fucking joke.
I wonder what he did. Yeah, he's been gaming the system for 8 years now or whatever.
Bonus points are just like... I know we talk about it every year, but it's just
we actually don't. We try and
exist.
avoid talking about it as much as possible.
I know, but it's just, why do they exist? Why do they exist?
The real question.
They serve no purpose.
Well, it's funny because every once in a while we have to. This is sort of related to like the price changes rant, the famous price changes rant. But it's like every once in a while we have to explain bonus points to someone, like how Derek didn't know that you get more bonus points for a goal for your forward and more as a midfielder over a defender. And he was like, why? And then I was like, yeah, the funny thing is like that they try and even it out with BAPS, even though, because you get less points for the actual goal, but more bonus points. So they just end up like trying to make it even instead of just making goals all worth the same amount of points and no bonus points being involved. It's
or you just make well, I think that the fact that you get more points per goal from a defender to a forward, I like that. the bonus points don't make sense.
Then they counter themselves by making it like
that's the
24 BPS for a forward and 12
then it
for
ends
a
up being
defender.
Basically worth like 5 or 6 points a goal for the forward. It's ridiculous.
And it's just like so stupid. Like they make a decision and then they can't stick to it. They just double back on themselves.
And the game today, I mean, Dawson scored a goal and he had 1 bonus point. Like Cresswell having an assist, like he had a better game. Like fucking Dawson scored a goal.
Dawson scored a goal and missed a big chance, which is bad.
Which is bad
but
in the game.
Good because getting big chances is good. It's just
but it's bad.
Dawson's Creek all over again. This guy can't get
Cresswell
a break.
Just because he's on set pieces gets max bonus points, but it's the thing too. They're like, oh, it's supposed to balance out players who don't like get points for goals and assists, but all it fucking does is give players who get goals and assists more points.
Yeah, because
like we're not seeing like
the biggest BAPS things are goals and assists.
Yeah, it's like, are we seeing Conte getting bonus points? He has 0 all season. He fucking does all of the other things in the game that don't show up on the score sheet every game. It's just it's so
the
fucking
BPS
stupid.
leaders are fucking in mids are Bruno, Son, JWP, okay, Mo, Gundo, Jack. You know, it's just all the
players who
high
score
scores.
all the points anyway.
The forwards,
it's
Kane,
so
Bamford, Vardy, DCL, Bob, Ollie Watkins. Like, it's just the guys who score the goals and do stuff. It's just, it's so fucking bad.
That's why the Champions League scoring. I mean, just throw recovered balls in there and let's give it a go. Just
and that's a
World Cup fantasy and Euro fantasy. They do the same exact thing. There's no fucking bonus points, and you throw recovered balls and whatever those are. I still don't really know, but at least they're just some little fun things.
I know that Bruno's good at them, and that's part of the reason why he's so good on bonus. So he would still be good. Don't worry, everyone. You would get lots of recoveries. Yeah, man. What else happened this week?
It's a lot of clean sheets again. I mean, it's again. I mean, there's so many clean sheets in the double. There were so many. There were like fucking 10 teams kept.
Not my guys.
Yeah, well, that's the user
City,
error, but
Regs. Why'd Benteke have to score the one fucking goal?
Yeah, you know that was nuts. We were
Regs
poor
almost kind of got an attacking return too.
Yeah, he did almost. Yeah, we could have scored a couple. I mean, when Wilf came on, he did. Yeah, we were alive.
Yeah,
in
that
the second
one
half.
shot that that beat Lloris to the post.
Yeah, I mean, West Ham fucking played Leeds off the pitch today. I think
they were good.
They were good. They were just controlling it, I think, and yeah, I mean the games were fun this weekend. I thought a lot of them were really fun to watch.
Yeah, there were some good ones.
I mean, the Liverpool-Fulham game was also, I thought, really a good watch, even though Liverpool didn't function again. I mean, we should probably touch on Liverpool with Jota came in.
I made units on that, at least, you know. I can bet against my team for that.
Do you think Jota, I mean, now that he got a start under his belt, do you think that he's looking like a good pick?
Good? I would say no. I don't think any Liverpool player is looking like a good pick in this moment, but does he have a chance of being a good pick? Yes. Like, him and Mo are the only players in the entire fucking roster that I would say, like, have a chance of being good picks right now. You know, Bob's hurt. Mane continues to just be, like, completely off the boil, like, whiffing at another good chance against Fulham like he did the game before.
Mane, dude.
Mane's been...
It's nuts. Every single game.
Disaster of every...
It's, like, worse than the previous game somehow. He just keeps putting in...
Yeah, like... Yeah. People always tend to blame Bob because he's like the quote-unquote striker.
Yeah, it's so bullshit. It's just bullshit.
It's really, really stupid. Like, anyone who says that just like doesn't understand what's happening. But Mane is like getting away with not getting the blame from the media. Like,
it's not, and he's
the halftime show people and Tim Howard. No one talks about Mane ever.
The thing that's I think more of an indictment for Mane is like you can tell very much that the game plan of Liverpool, like in a lot of these games, is to get Mane goals.
Yeah,
like he's the one who's making the runs inside. Right. Like Bob drops deep to like pull someone, and like Mane is typically the guy who's in the box receiving the pass and then fucking up. Like for like a long time. It's nuts. Yeah. And like you said,
I mean maybe like Jota will get a run of games for Mane because maybe he just needs a fucking break.
He's got to put
them
all. He has to put them all in though at this point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I still think like Curtis as like the fourth attacker driving is like a thing to try, but it's besides the point. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like, even if Bob like misses a big chance or whatever, like he does so much other shit in the game that like it's not a wasted 11. But when Mane is missing his big chances, it's like, fuck me, like just get off the pitch, like sub him, like do anything, you know. Such a bad season.
He has 7 goals this year in 2,000 minutes. I mean, that's last year he had 18 and 700 more. I mean, he's like just off the pace. And I think, you know, with Liverpool, I still feel like...
It's the lowest goals per 90 in his entire career. Since he was fucking 19 playing for Metz in Ligue 2.
I still feel like Liverpool are going to just like go on a run of wins just because I believe in Klopp and I believe in the players so much more than I do the quality of the opposition. Just looking at their fixtures, like I still feel like they're going to win most of the games that are upcoming. I've been saying this every week for like a month, and it hasn't.
The gambling market and shit would agree with you. I mean, like they're still
okay. Well, I like to hear that.
Decent chance, them gambling market 538, all that shit is like they're still probably fine. They're not favored to make the top 4, but they're right in there, But the results keep being really bad. I mean, the break is a good thing for them. That's coming at the right time for them after the Wolves, so that's good. They should go through in Champions League, but
to get Hendo back. I mean, is he the only one?
And just have
no
time
else
to
is close.
Train and shit.
Yeah.
That's like the most important thing. Just rest and train. But I don't know. They're bad. Like I said, when I saw that Fulham lineup, I immediately bet against them. And that was the worst fucking Liverpool lineup in
Well, what about when you saw the Liverpool
years.
lineup? Yeah, I mean, it was both,
No,
right?
I meant that's what I meant. The Liverpool lineup against Fulham, not the Fulham lineup.
Yeah.
That's the normal lineup.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
No. That's not what I meant at all. I meant when I saw the Liverpool lineup against Fulham, it was the worst fucking piece of shit lineup. They were saying on Anfield Rap, like, Neil was going through every team in the league, and he's like, I would take their back 4. I'd take their back 4 over our back 4.
Worse
like
than Newcastle.
Yeah, like fucking... Oh my god, so bad. I mean, there's no team in the league, not even Man City, who start their 7th and 8th choice center backs and be like good. It's not humanly possible.
Yeah. So. Meanwhile, they let up a pretty fluky goal from Mo being dispossessed like a fucking month sooner in his own box, and like a really good finish under Alisson, like diving low. Yeah. So I mean, they were a tit's hair away from keeping it clean again, which is what they've been doing.
Which is why you have
come hell and high water.
Even though I told
whoever the fuck plays center back.
Yeah, I know.
This is the other thing too. I mean, you talk about hard lines.
I've never heard that expression before until
it's not an expression. I feel like it's from like I don't know, dude.
Like
I don't know. They say, dude, you were there when we were talking about what public school means in England. It's a private school.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
it's insane.
I had the
so
good,
all the words are different.
I think you were the one who asked what they call homeschooling then, and I said it's probably called like school learning. Like it's insane.
Everything's different, but
I don't know.
Like Liverpool are just like they're not getting a set piece goal, they're not getting the little things, and they're just it's still more of the same. But I still just feel like I like look at the players, I'm like, this can't keep happening. It's the same thing when I watch like Emmy. I'm like, he can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah.
And then Saiz has a tap in, and he like picks the ball up and puts it in his fucking pants or something.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you actually say that because, again, this is like a post-cog thing that we'll talk about after the season. We've talked about it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, but like that's what me and you are both so bad at, the short-term, unsustainable things happening. Yep. Like Gundo scoring 2 goals every game. Like, well, it's not going to last, so we don't get him. But it still happens.
But then it lasts for 3-4 more games, and then it stops, and we lose
in the
40
short
points.
term.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's every time.
So we don't get it. And look, we're right.
Bale.
It's not happening.
We're not going to get Bale. He's going to probably get like 60 points in the next 7 games, and we're going to get none of them.
And then he's going to start getting rotated, and we're going to be like,
7 games. Yeah, we were right. Meanwhile, we
so stupid. We play this like long-term game. Like
so
it's
bad.
We play
so
like it's
fucking
stocks,
stupid.
But it's like not stocks because you make money in this game while it's going up, you know?
It's like fucking Sour Patch Kids. Like when you have them, you just want to eat them. You can't save them.
Yeah. Nate actually can. Fun fact about Nate. He'll take like a month
Producer Nate?
to eat like 1 thing of candy or something.
Fuck him.
It's insane.
I don't care about
I talked about it with his girlfriend. She's like so happy that I noticed. I was like, yeah, it's like the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Anyway, let's do some questions. How about that?
Yeah, that was really on. We're getting loose right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. Chuck Norris said, with the season basically over for those of us eliminated from the cup, who are the fun, punty, high upside guys to bring some joy back into our lives, or more likely to snuff out the flame?
Oh my god, the season's basically over if you're out of the cup. That's what we've come down to.
I never know what to do with these kind of questions.
I mean, like Aubs is fun because no one has
Bale
him, and
is
he's
definitely fun. I
Bale's
don't care how
fun.
many people have him. He's fun.
I feel like players like James, I'm always like kind of like, oh, is he healthy? Like, I mean, I always
play.
like Wilf. I know. There's not a ton of fun in action. Yeah, Lingard's in a perverse way. I mean, don't get him this week when he's
a
ineligible.
Freak of nature. He's fun. We're just basically naming like high upside risky picks. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's what fun is.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not fun to have fucking
fun.
Bruno, like some shitty ass fuck who just gets a pen every 2 games and doesn't affect the open play for the rest of the time.
Guys, root for them to stay up. It'd be so much better for all of our lives if they stay up instead of Newcastle.
But this is the thing, like looking around is like what there actually are not attackers who are like good in the game. I feel like they're all just kind of fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's extremely rare. Yeah.
I want 10 defenders and a goalie, and I want to play Kane. That. If I could do that, I would do. Yeah, fine. 9 defenders, Kane, and a goalie. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good, honestly. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, no, there's same. I mean, I'm just really looking through the teams and just completely dumbstruck about who to get like an attack.
Every
it's just
team
nobody
is tired. Every player's tired. Every team is running to the fucking ground. The quality of the Euros is going to be the worst quality of any Euros in the last like decade. But I'm here for it.
Except maybe we need to get that. This is going to be the Euros of like Slovakia or like teams that have players that are like second tier who don't play 50 domestic games.
True. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Serbia.
Yeah, well, look, we gotta do some running stats on that.
I can't fucking wait for when are Euros? It's March. It's probably not for a while. Oh god,
June or July or something. I don't know.
A few more months to kill.
Oh, we have baseball soon, so that's good.
Yeah.
Davna said when and who on Wolves D. So they have Liverpool, blank, West Ham, but then they have Fulham, Sheffield, Burnley, West Brom, Brighton. That's good. I mean, Cody's the cheapest way in.
I don't know. I mean, well, first of all, why and what team composition do you have that you want them now? I mean, I guess if you're selling me that Liverpool aren't going to score, I mean, I guess I could listen to that.
Yeah.
It's not insane.
It's the Cody Derby also.
Yeah, well, Cody's fucking piece of shit, but... Yeah, I mean, I guess you still want to go with Saiss, right? I mean, he's the one that still gets those chances
and stuff. Yeah, and he has been starting with. I mean, Nuno has been fucking annoying with like
very annoying.
Kilman could get a game, like Bowley could get
Johnny?
A game.
I like Johnny.
I like him, but he doesn't fucking attack. It's like a myth. Like he's a good player, but it's just because you play wingback does not mean you actually attack.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he's the most like inverted central midfield CDM or whatever. I don't know what to call it, but because I mean, basically, Semedo basically just does the same exact fucking thing that Doc did, and Johnny's still playing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, Semedo gets into the positions, but he's so fucking bad it doesn't even matter. So probably Saiss is. If I had to pick one, it would be Saiss probably.
Yeah, I agree. Jesse,
I'm still not going there though.
Which teams to target for cheap defense for the run-in? I think he's on Wildcard or Wildcarding next week or something like that.
I mean, this is the thing that's really odd about this season, right? Like Villa have like a 4 or 5 defender, right? There's like Konsa. I mean, like a lot of the like Chelsea have Bodker and Rudiger, who are both under 5. Like a lot of the good teams and good defenses have really cheap. Like even Everton have some cheap guy. Like Holgate's still cheap. He plays every fucking minute he can handle. Fulham really good. They're all 4 or 5. Like there are so many 4 or 5 defenders. Yeah, Fulham. They just keep it clean every game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of picks. So just throw a dart. I mean, even West Ham, they're all under 5 still.
Just match it up with like fixtures or something. Like if you're wildcarding, you're gonna be rotating like say 1 attacker and 2 defenders or something for 2 spots. Then just maybe fixtures will tell you where you need to go.
Yeah, and even Shaw, he's like 5'1". I mean, there's so many defenders who are.
And they've been better recently defensively. United, they've been keeping cleans and been okay.
Yeah, but they've wait until they play bad teams and they'll be shipping goals for fun.
Can I get a hell yeah? I said, can we talk about Mo? We kind of talked about Mo. And then Jesse again.
Well, I mean, we didn't talk too much about Mo. Like, are you like concerned? Are you selling? Are you holding? Or
I'm basically in the same spot as last week. I mean, I'm not happy about it. If you want to do like Mo to Bale or something, like I'm not going to stop you. You know, like that's fun and fine. But you know, I mean, if you're gonna like bet on who's one guy who's gonna turn around really bad form and score goals down the season, it's obviously him.
Yeah.
And then Jesse again, he said, for Alon, what's your take on Leicester for the end of the season? How will they play without Barnes and Matto? Anyone worth grabbing? Dude, Leicester are on the precipice of another tailspin, I think.
They haven't already engaged?
Well, they managed to get a win, and I don't know, whatever. That game, Brighton probably should have won, but that's the Brighton story. But yeah, I mean, just looking at their last three, they get absolutely demolished by Arsenal. They scrape by a 1-1 against Burnley. Probably should have lost that game, and then managed to get 3 points against Brighton. Also probably should have lost, at least drawn that game. They've been playing really badly, and missing some of their best players is really bad. They also have to play City, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs to, you know, like in their last run in. I don't like it. I don't like any of the picks, really.
Yeah. I also came up with something last week when I was looking at everything. I'm going to be rooting really hard for Leicester. Why? Because if they make Champions League, they're going to be so fucking fucked next season. And I want that. I want that bad.
So you're back in on Leicester.
I'm in on Leicester. I want Leicester to win every fucking game for the rest of the year badly. Because people are still going to buy their players next year in the game.
Oh, Vardy's still going to be like 10-5, and half the people are going to still have him, yeah.
Go Leicester.
They've just been bad. We know they're capable of being better than this, but they've been bad. There's better teams than them in the same top four race. I just don't like it. It's got very eerily similar vibes to last season, I think. So, yeah.
Pereira's been good.
He is good, but Jesus Christ, yeah. That pick's been... We backdoor found that he was a scam on the pod, and now he's just a pure fraud. Ricky P, not for me.
They're all frauds. It's incredible. It's so good. Nothing makes me happier. Oh my God, it makes me so happy.
As it is written, so shall it be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Let's look at our teams.
Sure.
What are you up to?
What are you up to?
I don't know. Well, I'm in this weird predicament because I don't have free hits, so I've been like stockpiling Game Week 29 guys. But now I have 3 Leeds guys who played Chelsea. And I have like Antonio at Man U. I just have like not great fixture. Even Reguilon at Arsenal is not good. I'm just like pretty sure I'm going to have a fucking bad week this week. I should probably save in 29, like bring in 2 more guys who play, and then wildcard in 30. I think that's like what I should do. The only thing that would change it is I don't see a captain in my team unless I were to go Kane in North London Derby. Which
there's not a lot of captains. Period. This week, it's a tough one. For captains.
So unless I like find a captain that I really like, I think I should save. I'm gonna have a bad week because all my fucking matchups are bad.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about saving as well. My team looks fine, but you know, as we talk about captain, and I'm like, you know, looking around, thing of a day. Palace play West Brom. Could do Wolf. Could get Wolf in for a little capo shout.
Don't hate it. Big Sam Derby.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably bad and stupid, but I don't know. I'm just who are the caps?
Let's just talk about caps then. Like, who do you like? I mean, I think Kane as of now.
Yeah,
Form,
I think Kane's
everything. They look good. Yeah.
I think that's a fine shout. I mean, Arsenal, they still field a one David Luiz. You never know what they're going to do. You know, they throw fucking nightmare howler shit out all the time. Arsenal, they have plenty of players capable of that. And, you know, they're kind of a little bit on the beach, sort of. So I think that's that really just fine.
Kind of ruined any chances
it
of them.
It showed a little bit of their... I mean, they should have scored 2. They had Saka.
They also have Olympiacos. You know, they have 2 days off between Europa League and North London Derby.
I mean, if he's sitting there and prepping them for a game, it's going to be probably the Greeks and not the Spuds. So I like Kane still in that game. I think that they're just
not many others. Really isn't. Like, I'm not capping Bruno against West Ham. No fucking chance.
Yeah, well,
I don't like captaining the City attackers against Fulham. I mean, that's probably, I don't know what that game is. Fulham are a good D. It's not going to be easy.
It's just a 1-0 City 1-0.
Something like that.
They'll score in the 25th minute and then just run the game out.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm on Trent. Honestly,
you're on Trent.
I'm on Trent. Yeah,
big ask.
I don't think it's an ask. I mean, Wolves have been fucking well function. They're good on set pieces, which Liverpool are bad at, but otherwise
are really bad at. Yeah,
but I still feel like that's a small % chance of just hitting on a few rare opportunities. I don't know. I feel like the clean looks good there, and I'm kind of feeling Trent.
Obviously, you know that I was going to hate it, but teams have been getting behind Liverpool easily, and they have a lot of pace. I don't like it, but it's a hard. I'm
either Trent or Kane.
If I knew who was starting for Chelsea, which obviously we won't know, but if we knew that like Timo was in, or Kai was in, or Mount was in, or something, like I think that's pretty reasonable against Leeds. Like they could score 3.
Yeah.
You know, they
for the
sliced
reason,
Everton to fucking shreds.
Yeah, but for the reason that you're saying, we don't know who's playing.
We don't really know. Yeah,
and you know that he's going to run the first team out. You know, this week.
Yeah,
you might want to give him a break because probably can't afford to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that like Timo and Mount are in there.
I don't assume that. I think Mount feels...
Mount is number 1.
But dude, I'm not captaining Mount. You're not captaining Mount. Are you kidding me?
I don't think
Mount
it's
barely
that
scores
crazy.
a goal like every few games, like for whatever, like a worldie.
Well, he takes all their corners. He scores some goals. And I think like they could score 3 against Leeds, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that chat.
It's a hard week for Cap. That's the bottom line. I'm on Kane right now. I don't know. I don't feel fantastic about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Trent. I mean, I'm on Trent right now. I might stick. I might not, but...
We'll see. We got a big Friday Night Live. There's Champions League. There's the City-Southampton match. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. Let me slap asses. We got 3 new signups. Diogo Nuno Mesquita. Wonder where he's from. Pedro Farinas and Tika. And us get in there. Any last words?
No, it's nice pod.
Nice pod.
Okay, a little long, you know.
I think it's short fine. Actually.
Oh, good.
Check us out at fmlfl.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlfl. Support us at patreon.com/fmlfl. Subscribe, rate, review,